All right, so thank you once again for joining us. Today we want to look at knowing your enemies. Know your enemies. Know your enemies. Do you know that one of the saddest things man can ever experience in this life is to fight the one you don't know, and to live with your enemy you are not aware of, to lie on the same bed, on the same place with the opponent. Life becomes so terrible, horrible, unfruitful, unproductive, full of fear and uncertainties when you wage war which you have no knowledge or little knowledge about. Let me say this to all of us. Every day of our lives we fight. You are fighting every day. Getting up to go to work early in the morning is a fight, because everybody wants to enjoy life. Yes, it's a fight. Waking up that early to take your shower, dress up, to go to the marketplace, your shop, and your office is quite challenging, I know. But you've got to do that. You've got to do that because there's a demand on your life. Sometimes you want your privacy, but the type of job you do wouldn't allow you. Like myself. Sometimes I want to be in my silence and relax. But I don't think I have that. Not that I cannot, but I look at the bigger picture. I look at people who are looking up to me, people who are following me, people who are trying to stand with me. Then I let go of these things. Life is always throwing challenges at us. This is the reality of life. We are every day battling. We are every day fighting. Every day of our lives. As long as we are here. I'm not saying you have somebody in front of you having gloves on the arms and on the, let me say, the palms, and the person is punching or starting to punch. No, that's not what I mean. But life is always making us fight. Fight for our right, fight for our good, our survival, fight for our peace, our marriages, our health. We are every day fighting. But the question that should come to us first before we start the fight is, who are we fighting? What are we fighting against? Do we know them? Do we know their strategy? Do we know where they come from, where they are hiding, what they are trying to achieve, what they are trying to take from us? It is not enough to just know you are fighting. It is equally important to know who you are fighting against. Know your enemies. Know them. Yes, I know you want to be healthy. So you are doing everything possible to be healthy, but do you know what causes sickness? Whatever sickness that you are battling with, what caused it? Do you have fair knowledge about that? What caused that sickness? Is it your sleeping pattern, your eating pattern? Is it your lifestyle? Is it genetic? Is it something you contracted? What is it? It is only when you know the cause of the sickness or the disease you are battling with that you can conquer. That is why in the medical field, when they want to tackle any sickness, the first thing they do is to go to the lab. They want to diagnose, to understand what is actually wrong with you. Once they understand that this is the problem, then they can think of the remedy. You cannot have remedy if you don't know the problem. And you cannot know the problem if you don't know the cause. So if I want to fight and win and conquer, then the question is, who am I fighting against? What is it that I am battling with? Is there anything in front of me in my life? Is there anything surrounding me that is trying to pull me down that I'm not aware of, that I should know? If you want to overcome, if you want to succeed, then know your opponent. Know who is against you, and know who wants you to fail or fall. It is only when you know this that you can be watchful, you can be vigilant, then you can do the needful. If you don't know who you are fighting against, if you don't know who is for you and who is against you, you may even fall into their trap without you knowing. So I ask you, do you know your enemies? Do you know them? If I have this issue of losing friends, the question is why? Why am I losing friends? Good people come to me, they don't stay. What is causing that? Why am I losing them? Is it because of my temperament? Am I quick-tempered? What is it that I easily lose? That I can sit down, analyze, and look for cure. Why am I losing customers? My business is going down. Is it about pricing or the quality of product or service? Is it about the way I engage my customers? What is it that is actually making me lose these clients? Do I overprice? Do I understand customer relationship? What is my problem here? It is only when you address this and you have fair knowledge about them that you can tackle the problem. If you don't know your enemies, let me say it here, you'll be poisoned slowly without you knowing, and you will die slowly without you knowing. Before you know it, your eyes is open on the other side. And that should not be your portion. So know your enemies, know the opponents, know those you are dealing with. Who are they that are for you? Who are they that are against you? It is only when you understand this that you will take certain measures. Do you know when you don't know your enemies, you live a free life? Free life in a sense of carelessness. You live a careless life because you don't know. Like children. When children see fire, they are attracted to it. And they want to run to that fire. They want to touch it. They want to understand, how is it flaming like that? This beautiful orange stuff having bluish in it. This is so beautiful. Children would want to go and touch it and play with it. Why? They have no understanding about it. That this fire can be a good master, a good servant, but a very bad master. They don't know. They have no knowledge about that. So they go there and off they throw themselves into it. And they suffer. Why? No knowledge. Have nothing whatsoever about it. They just don't understand what is happening. But as they grow and they come to understand that, hey, Fire is a good servant, but a bad master. They know how to handle it. They know. You know, it is only God that is even keeping our children for us. When we were young, I keep saying that it is today that we take hygiene so seriously because of knowledge of what we understand about our environment. But in our days, you don't know anything. You don't know that you can pick germs, bacteria, whatsoever from the ground. You pick your food from the ground you are eating. You go swim in any river full of dirt and full of clay, and you are free to go. Sometimes you have some stuff. You urinate blood and all that, and you move on. I would say anyway, God kept us. And we also build some sort of immunity by that. But you see, I believe that the same also killed people, made people become sick. People became so sick, they didn't know. Why? Because there was no knowledge or little knowledge about that. So knowledge is so important. It grants us the opportunity to navigate our ways in terms of dealing with the opponents, dealing with our enemies. If you don't know the weaponry of your enemies, the same will be used against you. If you don't understand their devices, the same will be used against you. So always ensure that you know about your enemies. Sometimes you know the enemy is not outside. The enemy can be within. And it can even come from within yourself. The way you easily judge people can be your enemy. The way you confront issues can be your enemy. Your views on issues can be your enemy. Do you know your own mouth, your words can be your enemy? Yes, it can affect you. The way you easily respond or reply. That can be your enemy, but you are not aware of that. You think that's your right. It's my right to talk. It's my right to defend myself. It's my right to also express myself. Yes, it is everybody's right to express him or herself. But do you know how to do that? Do you have knowledge about that? How do I express myself? Do you have that knowledge that you know that I'm supposed to express myself this way? Do you know you may be right? Yes, you may be right. The way you talk can make it wrong. You are right. Yes, you are a fine case that people can even sympathize with you. But one comment, one statement from you can jeopardize everything and can push people away. So we have to know our enemy. Do you know your enemy can also be your weakness? Yes. In life, don't forget that we are driven by two forces, the positive and the negative. That brings us balance. This is true. That is why the Creator made day and night. Yes, He made day and night. That is why the Creator made fruit and seed, so that you will enjoy the fruit and you will preserve the seed for procreation. The Creator is so wise. You have day and you have night. You have raining season and you have other seasons. Okay? Why? Because He wants to draw balance. What am I driving you at? I'm trying to help you understand that in life we have the positive, we have the negative, but how you handle them can make your life sweet or sour. It can make your life better or bitter, depending on the way you handle them. It is not God that wants to play with kid. No. Everybody has weakness. You have. So when we are talking about enemy, it can be your weakness. Okay, it can be your weakness. But have you sat down to know that this is my weakness? I have this weakness and I need help. The only thing, or one of the things that can actually affect us and still affecting many, is when we don't recognize we have issues and we need help. The moment you conclude thinking that you are just good all by yourself and you do not need help from anywhere, you don't need help from anyone, trust me, you shoot yourself in the foot. Know your enemies. And it is about sitting down to know what can destroy your life, what can make your life lose the potentials, the opportunities. Enemies in your life are not people who have shown hatred. Yes, they are there, but they are not your only enemies. Your character can be your enemy. Your attitude can be your enemy. Your behavior can be your enemy. Your habit, your enemy. Attitude, your enemy. Responses can be your enemy. Even the way you address issues can be your enemy. Come on, your appearance can even be your enemy. If you want to know the enemy confronting you, it might not be far away from you. They are very close. Very close. Maybe your laziness is your enemy. If you care to know, you are so lazy that you want people to even lift a cup of water for you to drink when you are thirsty. So lazy that even when food is prepared for you to dish it and to serve yourself, that is an issue for you. You are so lazy that even to wake up and to do certain things as human being is quite a burdensome. So that enemy we are looking at is not far away, and it is not just anyone who has dressed in some sort of evil appearances. That is your enemy. Come on. The enemies we are talking about are so close. Know them. Please know your own enemy. I must know mine. For all you know, my enemy might not be yours, and yours will be different from someone's. So know your enemy. Know those who are for you and those who are against you. Is it my attitude, my character, my behavioral patterns? Is it the way I view things? Is it the way I answer people? Is it the way I dress? Is it the way I show off? Is it the way I throw about my weight? How is this affecting me? Know your enemies, sweetheart. Know them. Because for all you know, you are so good, but something is making you lose your attractivity. You are good. When people look at you the first time, they like you. But when they draw close to you and stay with you for some time, then they begin to have issues. Have you sat down to check, why is this? Don't put everything to the devil. And don't blame all to the enemy. Sometimes you are your own devil. You are your own enemy. You are the one who is not making things better for you. So please know your enemy. And the earlier you know them, the easier the warfare becomes. Let me say it again. Having proper knowledge about the opponent, about your enemies, makes the warfare easier for you. You have halfway won it. Because you know, and once you know that this is my enemy, this is the battle I'm fighting, this is that which is affecting me, and you accept them and work towards them, you are heading towards victory. But if you don't know your enemy and you are every day surrounded by them, trust me, they will poison your life slowly and you wouldn't know. So know them. Sweetheart, know them. This is very important. Know your enemies. I want to say it again. Know them. Whoever they are, know. Whatever they are, know. And once you know them, if it is a personal issue, admit and work on yourself. If it is an external issue, set some boundaries and some restrictions, some disciplines that can help you navigate your way. We all do have enemies. I have mine. Yes, I have. I have enemies. You also have yours. We are humans. Don't forget that you are pure, superhuman. Nobody is superhuman. No. As long as our souls dwell in these earthen vessels, okay, we all have shortfalls, shortcomings. But the question is, how are you dealing with them? Sweetheart, how are you dealing with them? How are you managing your way? That the better part of you will not be disturbed. That you can just help yourself. So I want you to think about this. Okay, my time is up. And I want you to just look at it closely. Okay, look at it. Don't blame everything to the enemy, to the devil, to Satan. It could be that you are having issues with yourself. Deal with it. Just deal with it. So know your enemies. Know your enemies. Let me say it again. Know your enemies. And once you have this knowledge, you will be on your way to overcoming the strategies, the weapons, and the devices of your enemies. We can overcome, we can conquer, we can succeed. But it is up to us to have knowledge about what we are dealing with. And once that is done, trust me, we will help ourselves. Okay? So thank you, and God bless you for joining us today. God willing, we will meet again next week, Saturday, and we will continue from there. And I wish you well. Like I said, new month is here. Let's play it safe, help ourselves to become better. The ball is now in our court. It is up to us to play and to score well. Okay? So take care of yourself for me, please, and ensure that you are also adding value to life. And once that is done, you remain relevant. So thank you. God bless. See you again. Those who join our prayer session, please keep joining Monday evening, 8:30 p.m. in the evening. We will meet and pray. So join us. Let us pray. And trust me, your life will never be the same. Share the link for us and keep spreading the good news. Our short videos are always uploaded on our platform. We expect you to pick them up, blast it on all the platforms you can. Let us spread this good news. Let people also come enjoy what we are enjoying. Okay? We want to serve you well. We really want to. And like I said, very soon, we're going to have a Awake Youth channel that will discuss purely about youth issues very soon. The panel will sit and discuss things. We're going to also have a Awake Life Issues channel where we'll discuss everything about life, from marriage to business, relationship to what have you. Then we also have a Awake Spirituality channel, okay, where I will sit and tell you much more about spirituality and how to navigate your way as a child of God, child of destiny, child of light. So these three major platforms are going to be added to our prayer channel. So we're going to have this, and trust me, we will serve you well. So the prayer channel, which is already ongoing, and then we're going to have the youth channel where everything about youth is discussed. Then we have about life, where from medicine to business to relationship to family matters will also be discussed there. Then there will also be one major platform for spirituality where we discuss everything godly and spiritual. And I think finally we want to also have one local channel where everything is done locally to help our people here. Okay, sometimes we know our people want to enjoy. They want to have that flavor of their local dialect, which we are thinking of that. So we're going to put all these things for you to bless your life. God bless. Thank you so very much for joining us. Have a good evening, good weekend. Enjoy life, play it safe, and remember, there is God to serve and there is God to honor. Thank you and have a good evening. Say okay, Kaka. On back.